Welcome to JC Learning. Today we're going to practice Swedish verbs and Swedish verb groups. Group 1 is the first verb group. Group 1 is quite easy. It has A in all forms because the stem ends with an A. The stem is the imperative form. These verbs follow a regular pattern, so that's why it's quite easy. We have a lot of these verbs. So, verbs have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 forms. We have imperative form, that's the stem. We have infinitive, that's infinitive in English. We have presens, that's present tense. Preteritum, past tense. Supinum with the auxiliary verb har or hade, have or had. And then we have futurum, that's future tense with the auxiliary verb ska, which is will or shall in English. Imperative form ends with an A in group 1, and it does that in infinitive form too, so it's quite easy. It's either prata, as in command speak, or att prata, to speak. When we talk about presens, present tense, it becomes an AR ending, so we have pratar. And in preteritum tense, like in past tense, it would be pratade, an ADE ending. And in supinum form, we have pratat with a T ending. And in futurum form, we have prata with an A ending. That will be the same for all group 1 verbs. Let's try cykla too. Cykla means bike, to bike. So we have imperative form cykla, like a command. And then we have att cykla, infinitive form, to bike. And cyklar, presens, present tense. And preteritum cyklade, past tense. And supinum cyklat, which is have biked or had biked. And then we have futurum cykla, will bike or shall bike. Group 2A. Group 2A verbs end with a consonant and gets ER ending in present tense and DE ending in preterite or past tense. Verbs in group 2A, they will get an ER in the present tense because the stem ends in a consonant. The verbs that have an R in the stem, like drive, learn, do, get no ending in the present tense, so they would sound like kör, lär och gör. There are several difficult verbs in group 2A that get consonant ending in the stem and special spelling. So these verbs can look irregular but belong to group 2A. Group 2A. So we have 2 examples here that end with a consonant. We have bygg as in build. We have ring as in ring. Let's hear how they sound. Bygg, att bygga, bygger, byggde, har byggt, ska bygga. Ring, att ringa, ringer, ringde, har ringt, ska ringa. So group 2B will end in preterite or past tense with a TE instead of the DE as it did in group 2A. And we have verbs here which end with letters like P, T, K, S, and X. So they will all be group 2B verbs if the stem ends with P, T, K, S, or X. Group 2b. We have here two examples of verbs that end with a K or S, and these ones will be to be verbs, and they will get a TE in past tense instead of the DE. So very important to get the TE ending here. So let's see how they sound. Lek, as in play. Att leka, leker, lekte, har lekt, ska leka. Blås, as in blow. Att blåsa, blåser, blåste, har blåst, ska blåsa. Group 3 is a small group of verbs that end with a vowel other than A. Verbs in Group 3 has long vowels in the stem, and the vowel is short. Group 3 is a small group of verbs that end with a vowel other than A. Verbs in Group 3 has long vowels in the stem. The vowels is short in preterite, as in past tense, and in perfect pluperfect tense, have or had, and they get endings like DDE and TTE. And Group 3 verbs are usually short, very short, so that's a good thing to know. So verbs like sy, sew, må, feel, bry, care, tro, believe, nå, reach, klä, dress, ro, row, ske, happen. They are all Group 3 verbs. Group 3. We have two examples here where the stem ends with another ending or another vowel than A. We have tro, that's believe, and then we have må, as in feel. Let's hear how they sound. Tro, att tro, tror, trodde, har trott, ska tro. Må, att må, mår, mådde, har mått, ska må. Group 4. Group 4 verbs, they are quite difficult, and that's why they're called strong or irregular verbs. We can't really see many patterns here, but what we can see is that they do not have a regular ending for past tense. And they can also change vowels according to a certain pattern. One good thing to look at is the ending of supinum form, where it gets an IT ending instead of the T like it does for the other groups. That's one good thing to look at. So that's why they can't be called regular, because it does not have that type of pattern. Okay, let's have a look at two irregular verbs. We have sit and we have ta. And they sound like this. Sitt, att sitta, sitter, satt, suttit, ska sitta. And then we have ta, att ta, tar, tog, tagit, ska ta. And we can also have a look at what happens here. Can't look at a lot of patterns, but we can look at the past tense where both of them changes vowels and they look different from the other ones, from the other forms. And we can also look at the supinium form where we have the it ending in both of them. So those are irregular verbs. Thank you for listening to this verb presentation. I hope you get it, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact JC Learning at hello@jclearning.net.